We don't have to talk about it. I'm just doing my weekly face routine. So like ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Like just like let it go. Okay? What's cracking, good folks? It's your boy Duck. And the other day, I asked you guys to send in your craziest work confessions. And Chat and I decided we would charge you for some of the crimes you committed in the workplace. Because you guys are criminals. Once, I released into a burger thinking of my coworker. I spat and urinated in someone's food because they called me the N-word. Okay, wait. We had half the chat play prosecution and half the chat play defense. And the first team to get to 5 wins. It got pretty freaking intense, so I hope you enjoy. Confess, I tried to fry my coworker's hand because he was annoying me. We can just go ahead and ban somebody off of this one. I don't think y'all be able to defend this. How many years in jail for trying to burn someone? State level, most states classify arson involving an occupied structure or personal injury as a serious felony with potential sentences of 20 to 30 years or more in prison. All right, I'm going 20 years for trying to burn a nigga. All right, Small says it definitely could be self-defense. Okay, so you think that the other person was trying to hurt this person? It was valid. He called him a fart nugget. Do we have proof of that? It's only arson. He's a bit quirky, so he's innocent. Oh, someone's getting banned today. These are terrible. It probably wasn't such a severe burn depending on how long his hand was in the fryer. So you're trying to give him less time. So maybe not 20 years, maybe only 5 years. He didn't commit arson. It was only attempted. So no crime was. Okay. So, but like, if I swung at you and missed, is that not assault? Is that not attempted? Do you not go to jail for attempted assault? I mean, defense, that was garbage. Oh, you guys were defense? Yeah, that was garbage. Prosecution, I don't think you got to say anything. I think if you just keep quiet, but I'll give you the 1 minute 30 and then we'll vote. Jason's last defense is there must be proof that the person meant to cause harm and took a real step toward doing so. If there was no clear intent, no actual ability to cause injury, and no harm occurred, then the legal requirements for an attempted offense may not be met. Jason. Defense. She could have been acting in self-defense by annoying them to the point of mental insanity, distress, so we can sue and seek asylum. Oh, wait, y'all cooking last second. Defense. This has nothing to do with fire, and it could have been an accident. There was not proof that he burned the other guy, for a sentence should be reduced. Okay. Wait, last defense. He didn't actually try to fry his hand. He was like, roasting his hand like I'm frying you right now because I said some good roast. Hold on. Skibby ads might be cooking. Skibby ads is coming with the real lawyer shit, straight lying. So maybe he was saying he was frying him with words. 5 fingers? Ew. You can pick stuff up with that hand? Ew. Defense went first and you held it down. POP, you held it down. Prosecution, if you can come back and get this dub, somebody on defense will be banned. Do you want the win? Because if you can't get it, I got to take out somebody from prosecution. Burning someone is illegal because it causes extreme harm and can seriously injure or kill a person. Laws exist to protect people's safety and basic human rights, and hurting someone this way violates those rights. It is considered a violent crime, such as assault or murder. Even if he was roasting him, frying him, he still was. Okay, Iman starting us off nice. That's how I like it, Iman. Ejection, he didn't actually burn him. He tried to, though, but I think trying is pretty deep. Pro, arson is a felony whether it's in self-defense or not. Oh, okay. There's not enough evidence, so the court should adjourn until proper evidence is revealed. That sounds like you're giving up. We don't believe in that. Pro, burning people is bad. Objection, what if the guy was using a hairdryer? Objection, what if it's a drunken story and he only made it up from being drunk? Objection, what if hypothetically the person... Objection. Hey, yo, the way y'all play defense is hilarious. Okay, dude. Guilty or nah? Guilty. 20 years. Not guilty. Free my nigga. You already know. Why am I saying this? I can't say nigga! Bro, free my nigga. Dun 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 dun. Okay, chat is going not guilty. Ooh, not guilty. Free my nigga. He was up for 20 years and he is now a free man walking out here like Young Thug on the streets. Truly humble under God. Defense doing it like Diddy's lawyer. Defense doing it like OJ lawyer. Holding my boy down. Our boy who burned somebody is now a free man. Will he burn again? We don't know. Will he attempt to burn again? We don't know. But all we know now is he's free. All right, you're the first timeout of the day. We'll start with a minute. Def 1, Pro 0. Next up. Once I released into a burger thinking of my coworker. She bad as... I'm just imagining... Now, let me read it in the voice that I think you're talking. Once I released into a burger thinking of my coworker. She bad as hell, by the way. I also live in Minnesota, so watch out. It'll happen again. Is this, bro works at McDonald's. All right, don't go to Minnesota McDonald's, chat. Nah, that nigga is guilty. Jail time for putting something in someone's food varies from years to life, depending on the intent and outcome. It's a serious felony in the U.S., like U.S. 18 code, okay, with potential sentences up to 10 years for attempts, 20 years for serious injury, and life if death occurs, but can also be 20 plus years in the States. All right, we're going to go 15 years. Actually, not 20 years. You possibly made somebody eat semen if this is true. I don't think it is, but for the sake of today, 20 years on your head. This is also SA. How many years for SA? 10 years in Maryland. 30 years! This nigga in here saying, that's me, twin. Okay, this is perfect, actually. This right here, chat, you were trying to save the GOAT Ducky Glazer. He's guilty. He's out of here for the rest of the stream, I swear to God. But if you can save him, hey, man, what can the Nutsack Gang do? Defense, we don't know what he specifically released. It could be a sauce packet or a flavor enhancer. Okay. Honestly, good start, because it just said I released. Doesn't say. Defense, he never said he gave it to the customer. Okay. Defense, there's nothing wrong with blanking with nutting. You're gonna make me say it, with nutting in a burger, and there's no proof that he actually served it to someone. He just said that he nutted into the burger and did not say that he served it. I do think that it is weird, but there was nothing saying that he did it in public. So you think he took the burger to the bathroom, sat on the toilet seat, was just looking at the burger. He using his freaking imagination as he just went to town on that burger, and he just let loose. He was like, oh, she bad as hell. That's what you think happened. Oh, like, fair. He never said he was at work while doing it. Okay. So defense's argument is that he didn't serve it to the customer. All right. He could have been in the bathroom doing it by himself and either defense, you're done. And either thrown the burger away, or maybe he liked it so much he ate it. Maybe when he ate it, he imagined eating her. That's a possibility as well. Right? That defense cooked. This is for the GOAT Glazer's life, by the way. Oh, wait. The GOAT Glazer has spoken. I was at work and gave it to a customer. I gave it to an innocent customer. Oh, the jury is in shock. The GOAT Glazer this nigga wants to go to jail. He's enticed by the thought of getting the booty hole popped out. It must be, because what? Who the hell says that? The prosecution, you are up. This is a freebie right here. Is the defendant admitting guilt to charges that will land him 30 years on jail? I believe he is. This actually offends many health violations and could possibly kill a person, considering if they are allergic to semen, which is a real thing. Do not forget, a child could have eaten it, not being able to see if it was mayo or you know what. This could be counted as PDF, essay, a felony, and much more considering the crime committed here. Do not forget that although he never said he came into it, the context clues bring that. More rat going nuts. Hey! He gave someone his semen, maybe even a kid. That's some Diddy stuff right there. Put him away. The accused has called himself guilty. Do we need any more evidence? Put him away. Objection. The customer might have liked it. Vote on it, man. Objection. Honestly, put this man away. He admitted to it. He admitted to it. Get him out of here, bruh. Get him out of here. Guys, it was my friend. Nah. Your time is here, buddy. My hand's already on the 10-minute timeout button. Yes, get my justice. Oh, Bag Monarch says he was the one who got served the nut burger. He wants his justice. We got the person giving the nut in the chat and the person who received the nut in one chat. Damn. What if he's drunk? Hey, man, you sound like I was drunk, babe. I'm sorry I cheated on you. Nigga, that shit, I don't want to hear none of that. He could have been on crack for all I care. 10 minutes. 1-1. Dishwasher. Okay. I smoked a lot while on shift and was never caught. Also, stole multiple bottles of alcohol. I'm 17. Smoking at the job. You're underage to be smoking. Also stealing. And you're 17. We're going to not just therapy for 20 years. Plus, honestly, jail time for me. We don't do therapy here. Y'all can fight for therapy if you want. No jail time for minor offenses to a year or more for misdemeanors and multiple years in prison for felony. So stealing bottles of alcohol gotta be up there. Value, okay. One bottle of alcohol costs about $50. I'm going 5 years in prison with a $10,000 fee. I'm like that. Defense, you are up first. Your Honor, I like to consider the rule of finders keepers.
Never let this man be a...
In some states, there are some exceptions, like in Alaska. Parents can allow consumption, possession with spouse, parent. So you're arguing that he's okay to have the alcohol. But what you're forgetting is he stole it. The person is 17, and without proof of smoking or taking the bottles, they can't be held legally responsible as an adult. So you're saying because we didn't actually see the person, we lost the tape. I've been looking. They tried to get me the tape, but unfortunately, they said it was somehow disappeared from the office. So since we don't have proof of him stealing or smoking outside, can we really charge him? Defense, this wasn't clarified when it was so. It was probably back in the day where no one really cared if you smoked, and he didn't say, but his dad probably owned the store, so didn't care. His dad's alcohol. Is it stealing if it's your dad? Y'all could really be some lawyers because you fucking lying. You fucking lying, dude. Defense, he could have introduced to smoking by his peers, and that's not really a crime. But you still smoking underage, though. He never got caught. No evidence or eyewitness. Defense, what if it never happened and it was just a role-playing from Roblox Brookhaven with his Roblox e-girl girlfriend? Defense, all of the things were mentioned can be caused by serious addiction. I want him to have weekly meetings with his general practitioner and months rehab instead of jail time. Okay, now defense is cooking. No jail time. Oh, that's up. No jail time. He should instead be in therapy. Alcoholics Anonymous. I'll be honest, defense. I think you're cooked. Pro, you're up. Pro, he literally said it. We have digital confession. Okay, but does that mean he doesn't deserve therapy? Does that mean he doesn't deserve therapy because he said it? At the same time, he's just a 17-year-old kid. You see what I'm saying? So it's like defense is arguing therapy. Are you saying skip the therapy, put that nigga straight in jail, he'll never learn his lesson, it's too late for him? It's too late? Prosecution, the defendant clearly stated that they stole the alcohol. That alone should be enough to charge the defendant with theft, considering the defendant incriminated himself. Although this is a petty crime, alcohol is expensive and can cause harm to anyone no matter the age. He's a minor, which is illegal in all states and is not suitable for him. Even if his parents allowed it, stealing is still illegal. Do not forget that he didn't specify if he drank it or not. So if he did, illegal. If he made Molotovs, illegal. Or if he's selling it, still illegal. He is smoking and drinking underage. He's indeed. Damn, Morat trying to put this nigga away. We talking about drinking it. Morat said he could be causing harm to people. He could be making Molotovs, selling it to his intent to set. Damn. Charge him as an adult. Although he never got caught. Hold on. I'll read these last ones. Although he never got caught, he confessed it. The confession, what? In general, tell that he stole the alcohol. Plus, the smoking part is also illegal. You can only get cigarettes or vapes at 21. Personally, this is juvenile delinquent behavior. This sentence will probably have some type of therapy. Your Honor, not only he basically clarified that he's underage to be smoking and drinking, which is legal, but he also stole stuff, which is also illegal. Okay. Send him to 5 months community service, 1 year in rehab because the actions he is accused of are caused by addiction and themselves, depending on the certain scenarios, may or may not be legal. So you're going with defense here. The prosecution struggles to understand why the defendant would need therapy for stealing alcohol. How would such an act require therapy? Oh, wow. Objection. His parents could have been held at gunpoint, and if he didn't do it, they would kill them or worse. He could have been forced to commit a crime. Defense. Who said he was in the States? He could be in Germany. Hold on. Defense comes with a good point. Who said he was even in the States? Molotovs are still illegal in Germany, says prosecution. It's still illegal to steal in Germany. Is LeBron gone? All right, time's up. Oh, is defense running away with this one? Dude, I thought you guys were going to choose guilty. What? 5 years for a child is crazy. Hey, if he was black, it would have been 20. Chad is going not guilty. Defense is now up 2 points. This is not looking good for prosecution. Local Chinese restaurant. People, wait. I got to ask this. Are you Asian? You got to be Asian working there, right? Like, there's no way they're going to hire you and you're not Asian. If you see me, if you hear me, answer this when you see this video. I always wanted to know if you can work in a Chinese restaurant and not be Asian, because as a kid, I loved Chinese food. But when I applied, it said help wanted, but nigga, they didn't even think of me, bro. Like, I just concluded that they were racist. Probably not true, but let's go. I know this is probably going to be very tame compared to the other stuff, but I once took an uneaten egg roll off a plate I was supposed to be washing. You know how gross that is? Like, sure, it was uneaten, but like, you don't know what the customer was. They could have been talking over it, spitting on it. They could have been licking it, like licked it. They might have taste tested it with their tongue and said, nah, never mind. Ew. Is this a freebie chat? Mistrial? We calling this a mistrial? Mistrial. All right. Still disgusting though, bruh. McDonald's. I was closing on Thanksgiving and 4 of my managers got into a fight with ketchup packets. There were red little splashes all over the back kitchen and even some in the drive-thru. One manager even grabbed a toy box and hurled it out the drive-thru window at the janitor. Assault. Vandalism. So we are trying your managers for assault and vandalism because they are picking on a poor janitor. Nigga, what? That's bullying. 25 years. 25 years to life. Cheer one. You know I'm already done. Wait. Whoa, 6-7. 6-7. I think what you meant to say was 7-6. 7-6. 7-6. 7-6. 7-6. 7-6. 7-6. A minute and 30 seconds. Time starts now. Even though there was stuff thrown at a person, it didn't hit them, and there was no proof of the said mess that was made. And therefore, I believe that my client should have a reduced charge, and instead of jail time. They should get 15 hours of community service. What? No, we have proof of ketchup packets and red splashes all over the back kitchen and even some in the drive-thru. One manager even grabbed a toy and hurled it through the drive-thru at the janitor. All right, we maybe didn't hit the janitor, but attempted assault. He could have been not right. They could have been not in right of mind. So you're saying all 4 of the managers were not in their right mind. He could have dodged. Defense, a few ketchup packets aren't going to make a big mess. This isn't really a big abusive position. What? If I own a store and I come back and see that my managers have been messing with ketchup packages, squirting them shits all over the place, fired, deleted, send them to the penis chopper. Defense, the janitor could have vandalized, stole something from where the managers were working, and might have even tried to fight them. The managers were just trying to defend themselves and their workplace. This shouldn't even be deemed as assault, as the thing they threw didn't hit the... Ooh, so you're saying you're pleading self-defense. Hold on, I'll read the last few here. You're pleading self-defense, okay. It is not in front of the public, and all the managers could have agreed to the fight. Oh, and when they threw the toy box in the window, they never said it hit the janitor, just as a janitor, therefore, not actually hitting the janitor. And the manager could have helped clean up the mess they made, therefore taking the load off the employees that they So you're saying it was all a joke. They were just having fun. So the only thing that's actually happening is vandalism. And maybe not even vandalism because it was in the kitchen. That's what you're saying. It's just ketchup and the janitor gets paid to clean up. So the most they should get is a payout to the client of 5,000 USD. Okay. Is there pictures or videos of this happening? Let me pull up the images. Let me see. As you can see here, we see the managers going into the back room and squirting ketchup all over. Oh my dear God. Do you see that? He just squirted it all over the floor. Ew. Ew, he just squirted it in the manager's mouth and said, suck on that. This might be also public indecency. That is sexual content in ew, nigga, ew. Hold on. Hey, that was a lot of evidence there. Defense, judge just pulled up fake evidence, fire him for tampering charges. That was real evidence. Prosecution, you are up. Pros, this is assault and vandalism. First, having anything thrown at you is considered assault. Even a small tap on the shoulder is assault. Also, they broke windows and possibly other things in the restaurant. Even though they are managers, they are held responsible in this case. If the item thrown hit the janitor's head, it could actually kill him because of the brain getting dislodged from the skull, leading to harsher punishment. Morat be going, this nigga talking about breaking windows. Morat going all in on these niggas. If the object or ketchup makes physical contact with the coworker, it is legally battery, and most work sites have a no tolerance policy. So this can be seen as battery and assault, as it may have made one of the coworkers fear for their safety. Pros cooking. The manager committed 2 charges: vandalism and attempted assault. Ketchup packets were used to mess up the place, and then one of them hurled an object at a janitor. Even if it didn't hit him, it's considered attempted assault. And we have the person who told the story considered as primary source evidence as he saw it unfold. Therefore, so the person who saw it is a witness. The prosecution has brought the witness to the stand. Pro, there is a mountain full of charges in this case. A manager, someone who has to work years to prove they are of sane mind. The managers had no right or reason to excuse these cruel and inhumane actions. They're abusing their position of power, knowing the janitor could never win a case against them. Abuse of power. Forced into silence to keep their job. Bullying. It's just unfortunate to see such a terrible display of arrogance and egotism. Illegal use of company product is a form of stealing. I ain't gonna lie, defense, y'all got porked right there. 1st to 5 wins it. This one's close. Holy smokes. Pro, also there's a high chance the managers erase video evidence because there's no way any higher up during inspection would allow this behavior. Defense won that? Defense won that? No. All right, as the judge, order in court. Order in the court. Madness. There seems to be some corruption going on in here. Somebody's getting paid off. Someone's saying, yo, if I get the gift card, I'll share with you. Somebody's getting paid off. I'm definitely appealing that. All right, defense up 3. Defense, 2 points for game winner. Pro, all I gotta say is this. I'm not even gonna say no words because I know your morale is down right now, prosecution. I know your morale is down. And in a time like this, there's only one thing I can put on.
Because I'm going to be greater than any of them. Me, Naruto, the next Hokage.
That's you, prosecution. This is your time to be a legend. Everybody will stop disrespecting you. Your time is up. I hope that gave you a little boost. Prosecution, our spirits have been lowered. We cannot go on. Confession. Dropped a customer's fish fillet on the floor. I just picked it up and placed it back on the plate and served it to him like nothing happened. You are about to make me so mad. Like why? Like, why didn't you just go back and say I dropped it? Let me get a new one, bruh. Feeding me dirty fish fillet, bruh. Food tampering. The exact sentence would depend on various factors, including the local jurisdiction. Misdemeanor, 1 year. No. That's felony. Felony. 7 years I'm going for. Food tampering, 75-second rule? Hell no. Defense is already on the bullshit. Order in the court. Defense, y'all need to calm down. Now you can go, defense. What if the floor was clean and there was no dust or animals on the floor? Bro, how clean can it be? Defense, the server did not intend to cause harm and no one was injured. Serving the dropped food was a mistake or lapse in judgment and this situation is a workplace or health code issue rather than a criminal act. Okay, Jason. Nice. The defendant never specified how dirty the floor is. The floor could have been clean and the fish fillet might not have been cooked. Therefore, there would be no wrong as any parasites that might have gotten into the food would be killed from the heat. Therefore, no crime is committed. Ooh. So what you're saying is maybe he dropped the
rule for food I paid for is crazy though.
Right. Maybe he dropped a raw fish fillet and then he served it after they cooked it. Defense coming in crazy. 5-second rule and 4 was extra squeaky clean. We don't know if it was clean or not, right? The customer clearly never came back to argue, which means he had some extra flavoring on the food. Defense point off for the bullshittery. A lot of the time, fast food restaurants either make another one or give them the food for free. We are assuming he gave it for free and anyone taking free food, I don't give a fuck if it's dirty. We don't know if it was free though. I don't think he told anyone. Like, served it to him like nothing happened. That shit was not free. Because to him, nothing happened. Depending on the workplace, usually it would be the workplace being charged. I'm the customer and that shit was fine to it. Right? Even if the janitor cleaned it, workers are still walking on the floor with their dirty ass shoes. Good point, Jamie, for prosecution. Prosecution, you're up. He dropped the food on the ground and still served the food. This is considered food tampering and a health violation as the floor contains many germs. So the person that was given the food can receive something that would have affected their health. Therefore, Your Honor, the man's guilty. While the defendant did not intend to tamper with the victim's food, that doesn't change the fact that he still handed the food to the victim. He could have thrown the dirty fish away and had a new fish prepared after explaining the situation and apologizing to the victim. Objection. Defense said it might have been cold when he dropped it. Pros. Even if the floor was cleaned, their shoes were not. The bugs were not. The mop was not. Even if the fish was cooked, hair and webs could have... Even if the fish was cooked, hair and webs could have gotten on the food, which does not come clean even with heat. Oh, it wasn't good. Okay. Do not forget that this is illegal and can kill the man from cross-contamination. If he's allergic to anything on the floor, especially the chemicals used in the cleaning product. Yo, Morat is not fucking playing with y'all niggas. Morat, hold on. Morat said, dropped it, could have gotten hair and germs on it. The man could have been allergic to it, causing him to die. Because he just put it back on the plate, even if it was cold. Even if it was cold and he cooked it afterwards, you're not getting the hair off. You frying it with the hair. You frying it with the germs. Cross-contamination. It fell on the floor. You put it in the nasty fryer. Ew. All right, I'll read these last ones. Bro, it's a McDonald's. How clean could that floor have been? Hey, man. Even if a speck of hair was on that floor tracked in by shoes, you could get someone killed by an allergy. Are not taken lightly, and no one that ignorant should handle food. Vex doubles down on the allergies. Could have had an allergy. Hair could have gotten in it. Cross-contamination. The worker should have known that because they have safety guidelines when you start a job like that. He chose not to follow the guidelines. While it was claimed the server caused contamination, there was no evidence that the food was unsafe or that any customer was harmed. The server acted without intent to cause illness, followed what they reasonably believe were safe practices. What? Dropping the food safe practice? And this was a single accidental incident, therefore it cannot be treated as criminal. That's it. Prosecution says dropped on the floor even with cold is cross-contamination because you're putting nasty germs inside the fryer, could have had hair on it, customer could have died from an allergy, and even if the customer doesn't feel it today, he might feel it 10 years from now as his immune system gets weaker and weaker and the germs are stuck in his body and finally fight him. That's what prosecution says. Defense says food could have been cold. He didn't do it on purpose. He didn't drop it. He wasn't sure of the rules. 5-second rule. Extra seasoning. And no one was harmed. Prosecution is also saying deport this nigga. Send him to Diddy's cell. Jury says guilty. Deport this nigga. Hang that nigga now. I got the rope right here. Prosecution officially has 2 points on the board. This game just got interesting. And after everyone was saying my Naruto motivation didn't work, look at you now. I spat and you're nigga, McDonald's is fucking shot, dude. Shot. I spat and urinated in someone's food because they called me the N-word. Okay, wait. Okay, no, this is gonna be hard. This is like that lady who got a GoFundMe because she called some autistic kid the N-word the other day, right? So I don't know. But they didn't notice. And then they said it tasted good. I don't even know if these shits is real, but yo, Free speech? That's fair. This one is interesting. Someone just said, I would like to call a mistrial. All right, Chad is unanimous on the mistrial, bro. Okay. I had a coworker named Ashton. Pretty chill and productive guy. I recently found out he got fired a while back. Ashton was in market with a female coworker, and he told her, I'm going to go do ice cream. Restocking ice cream in market. Later on, Bernardo, one of the managers, was looking for Ashton and caught him hitting his vape in the display cases where the ice creams were at. Contaminating the ice cream. I think contamination of food products is pretty deep. All right, we'll Google this. Can vape contaminate ice cream? Yes, vape aerosol can contaminate ice cream and other foods with potentially harmful chemicals and residues. This is no mistrial. How many years for food tampering? We're going 4 years for Buddy. Defense. The ice cream was in display case, so it wasn't going to be eaten anyways. No. The display case at a grocery store is what you see to go get the ice cream. Your Honor, I cannot in good will defend him. As a lawyer, you must defend everybody. Diddy did it. OJ did it. Still defending. The defendant said he was hitting his vape in the ice cream display. When a customer, the term hitting a vape refers to the annihilation of the vape, not the exhalation of the smoke. Therefore, no crime was committed from this. Hold the phone, cicada cooked. You are right. The witness says, caught him hitting his vape. What does hitting mean? Maybe he was finally saying, I am done. No more vaping. Ooh. The vape was hidden but did not contaminate the ice cream, and there was no evidence anyone was harmed. Without proof of actual contamination or intent to cause harm, this action is a workplace matter, not a criminal act. If you can find proof on contamination, then I'ma suck your pause. Aerosol is not in most vapes. I know this because I have a friend who uses them and I have asthma. Okay, so essentially the research we did in the beginning, he's saying, doesn't matter because that's not in vapes and it cannot contaminate it. Okay. Since ice cream is packed in containers, it's not possible if the food was contaminated at all. So, good point. Ice cream is closed up. Ice cream is in a container. Is he really contaminating it? The companies have gotten so greedy that they have taken away the mandatory smoke breaks given to employees. Ooh. So has my client done anything too bad? Or has he been caught victim to a work system made to keep workers and not humans? How should he be fined for greed for his hire? Oh, he's been working hard all day. He got no breaks. He's supposed to at least get an hour and he got nothing. It's not his fault. Fire. That was a good one. Prosecution. Health and safety violation. Vape flavor was not an option. He vaped in the display case, which would contaminate the ice cream inside the cases. But at the same time, if he's working in an establishment such as Mickey D's, then it should already be known that vaping isn't allowed in the building during working hours. The chemicals and additives in the vape could affect the ice cream and massively threaten customers. Okay, it is a market, by the way, but I see your point. Good point. The defendant still contaminated the ice cream freezer by blowing the vape flavors inside, contaminating the interior. Okay, so it's like it's in the freezer and it might seep through the cracks of the ice cream. Nicotine is in vapes, yo, this is Morat's favorite. Nicotine is in vapes, which people can be allergic to. This can lead to death or becoming addicted to the ice cream, which is drugging them. This nigga Morat just said he's drugging people. Holy smokes. This is a very straightforward crime. Give him death. Give him death. It was obvious he was smoking the vape, which gives context clues into what hitting the vape means. Vape smoke can also get into the ice cream containers just in case someone says it. He could have also smoked outside, keeping people in food. Wow. So this nigga Morat is not playing with you. This nigga Morat said he could cause someone could be allergic to nicotine. True, and they could be addicted to the ice cream now, causing them to be fat and die early. Woo! Poisoning food. Objection. There's no proof of contamination. There's just an assumption. Objection. If it's in the freezer, everything was neutralized due to the freezing temperatures. This defense is on the line of being shattered. Oh, here comes Vexed with the heavy hitter. It is illegal to smoke anywhere in an enclosed space with food, whether it's possibly contaminated or not. So it is illegal to smoke anywhere in an enclosed space. And to refute the defense more, why would he not step away from the container alone? This is nothing more than ignorance and violation of safety and health. Objection, ice cream coolers have ventilation systems that would take out the chemicals before it seeps. That was good. Not guilty. He did not contaminate it. He had a hard workplace. He was being worked to death. He was just trying to find it. Or guilty. He knew what he was doing. He could have had somebody addicted. It's a drug. They could be allergic. He knows there's no smoking inside and he still broke the law. Woo! Defense also says that there are ventilation systems inside the freezer. So what they're saying doesn't count because it'll leave. This is the greatest comeback since whatever year LeBron came back that one time. The winner is guilty. It's anyone's game now. 2 points left on the board. The winning team walks away with a gift card. Losing team walks away with bands. McDonald's. Yo, Mickey D's saw 2 guys in the back farting on burgers and giving them to drink. Mickey D's workers are not real bad. Mistrial? We can't keep doing the same crime? Fair. Mistrial, fake. Mexico border construction. I once have over 150 illegals cross the border. I haven't been caught. Imagine this nigga's real and he's like, it's the only place I can get it out. In a DuckyDee stream. I gotta let these niggas know. I gotta get this off my chest. Mistrial. So I work at a hotel as a luggage carrier and I received a couple bags that I was delivered to a room. I was told to bring the bags into the room and put them right by the bed. I didn't think much of it, but when I walked into the room, I saw a lady on the bed laying booty cheek naked and her dog going absolutely nuts in her 0 out of 10 scarred for... Wait. A dog? Or like you calling a person a dog? How are y'all gonna defend this? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta see the defense on this one. This seems, and I'm no mistrial because this seems like a real case, chat. I've worked in hotels. You do walk into the room sometimes. Sometimes they just let you in and leave the door open. Prosecution, this is not fair to the defense. Not fair. The prosecution said not fair. So I worked at a haunted house scaring kids, and whoever comes in, it's funny as fuck, and there's another person next to me ready to sneak them after I scare the person. So one time, we're all in position, and we hear someone coming, so we get ready. Scare the guy, he screams whatever. And then, for some fucking reason, my partner scares him, and he gets angry. He screams again, and punches him. It wasn't funny. But it was funny as fuck at the same time. The guy then doesn't say anything and just tries to slink out as I hear my partner go, nigga, what the fuck? The dude later had to pay a little for bills because he almost broke my partner's nose. But it was all fine in the end. Crime here. Let me tell you the crime. As the judge, I say we need to cover this one. Because if you scare me and I just have a reflex, do I really have to pay you? You're making me give you my hard-earned money to pay you? And at the same time, for almost breaking my nose, if you're going to pay me, like paying me feels like you're paying me off. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I took you to court, I can get more out of you. It was resolved, but was it resolved in the right way? Run the case. He was not in the right mindset, nor is there any proof that this altercation happened, so there's a video or picture. Okay. So the guy could be lying. The defense wasn't expecting a second jump scare, and the witness never specified how close the victim was to the person. So the victim might have been too close to the defendant and accidentally got hit in the nose moving back from the first jump scare, and in doing so making it an accident, not a crime, therefore not needing to pay any for damages as it wasn't his fault. So you're saying he flared his hands and accidentally hit him and the guy was just too close. You are defending the man who punched him. Prosecution is trying to get more money out of the man who punched him. He went to the house knowing what it would be. He punched someone. He paid. Everything is good here. Okay. Defensive, fight or flight reaction. Okay. Defense, age does not matter. I would brutalize a child just as I would an adult for such a thing. So if I got shocked by something they told me while I was driving and I accidentally slammed on the pedal, then run over a kid, I would still have to pay the price, right? There's no unrightful fees here. Intent is everything. The man did not intend to hurt him. It was just an accident, and he paid in the end. All right, prosecution's turn. I see what you're saying. He already paid. He shouldn't have to pay anymore. Okay? Technically, he already paid his dues. But did he though? Prosecution. Since the man punched the coworker, it is assault and is against the rules in any haunted house, and they make you sign a form saying you won't do it. Also, this could have gotten the kid to quit the job. Also, the punch could have left a permanent scar, which no money can fix, destroying the poor kid's face. So giving me $300 on the spot isn't enough. I could have had brain damage. What if you gave me, is your $300 you gave me right there gonna pay for my brain damage? For my concussion you just caused me for life? What if I grow up and have dementia? We don't know what happened. He could have signed a waiver which would make the defendant liable for all damages. The defendant paid the victim to scare them. Why should the victim be assaulted for something he was paid to do? It's his job to scare. Assault was not warranted. Haunted houses have waivers to protect the rights of actors and adults. They have to sign a waiver saying that they aren't a fight risk. Am I wrong? Your Honor, it's the person who told the story and his friend's job to scare people as they worked at a haunted house. So the dude who hit them had no right to hit the friend, should have expected to be scared. The friend who got hit was only doing his job. So this is considered to be assault. Therefore, the dude is in the wrong and is guilty. $10,000 in fines. Brain damage. Self-defense. The other guy wasn't supposed to scare my client. Only the eyewitness was supposed to, which means the worker went against the rules. This gives every right to my client to defend himself. Is that true? And then for some reason, my partner scares him. Ooh. And he gets angry, screams again, and punches him. I mean, I think he was supposed to scare him, bro. Again, punching could dislodge the brain from the skull, killing the man. Take Max Bear's case in the boxing match into consideration. Objection. The kid went into a job where he was meant to scare people. He should be ready for anything, and the man signed the waiver saying he wouldn't harm them, but that is only voluntary. The defendant did it involuntarily, therefore you cannot twist it to be on purpose. He was not supposed to scare him. He was supposed to move him. So you're saying that technically the partner didn't wait his turn is what you're saying. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting now. The partner didn't wait his turn. Technically, the partner jumped before he was supposed to. So he got hit because he didn't follow orders. Oh. Leaning in, client is not guilty because he was expecting a different scare and the person doing the job did not do his job correctly. My client felt threatened because he wasn't ready for that scare. Wow. If he's guilty, $10,000 fine. Rebuttal to that. You yourself should know about a time where you were scared bad. Did you not move involuntarily? Assault is assault, bro. It's a haunted house. Nobody's lives were at risk, so the assault wasn't valid. Either way, the dude was gonna get scared twice. Defense says he already paid. Why pay more? Prosecution said it wasn't enough. My client could have brain damage. Holy smokes. This is close. This is close. Prosecution is now up 4-3. Who saw this coming? Prosecution officially has game point. Defense is upset. Defense says we getting cucked right now because there ain't no way. Next case. Where do you work? Spencer's. Oh wow. I haven't heard of Spencer's in a long time, bro. They had this one girl who was built like, what does eyes mean? Oh, she was like, okay. My homie decided to shoot his shot. While she's walking over, this dude named Dave tripped him and he fell into her. He still tries something, and before the first word comes out, she screams at old buddy. He resigned and left the city. That's just freaking foul. Dave, you're the biggest hater. You're the biggest hater. You're saying no crime for tripping somebody? That's assault. He almost made him look like he was trying to sexually assault her. That's assault on Dave's end. Our witness said so. It's at least 10 years. Nigga, if I trip you, am I not assaulting you? Yes, 10 years. Hey man, if somebody tripped me and made me fall into a woman and she turns around and now tries to run a SA case on me, I want 10 years on your ass. No. Dave did not trip him on accident. I'm thinking of the repercussions about what's gonna happen to me. Shut your goofy ass up. Dude, y'all are trying to scam. Hold it for mistrial. I think defense is scared. Wait, whoa. Do y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Meow, 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 meow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Meow, meow, meow. Whoa, whoa. Defense don't want to get banned. You know what's funny? Prosecution, all I'm saying is defense would have ran with this if they were up right now. Y'all are saving them because y'all are being nice, but just know Jason would have stomped on your head while you were down. You would have came in chat and been like, yo, my mom's about to be deported. He'd have been like, fuck you, nigga, we winning. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Worked at a grocery store, and the produce and deli section was right next to the area where most employees took their breaks and lunches. One time I got stuff at the hot bar and went and sat down, ate the whole thing, and threw out the container without paying. I genuinely forgot because I was in a rush. But saying that I didn't get caught, I did it at least 20 more times. At least $200 in free food. Hey, there's no mistrials on this. There's no mistrials on this. Defense, you better come hard. That's you, Radioactive? Oh, you a thief. All right. Hey, pause the timer. If prosecution wins, Radioactive, you are out of the chat for 30 minutes. For example, in some cases, stealing over $200 can be a felony. So we going over 200. Several years in state prison with maximum 20 years. Hey, you need at least 5 years for this. 5 years for sitting in the workplace, sitting in the place, looking at your employees, at your managers as you eat their food. I know what type of person you are. This took place in Wisconsin. What do you expect? There's no law in Wisconsin, therefore no law. Who broke out stealing $200? No provable act. Without detection, evidence, or loss established by the store, there's no enforceable case. Criminal liability requires proof beyond suspicion. Not, what do you mean? This nigga just said he stole it! The victim might have accidentally forgotten about paying, and it wouldn't be his fault since it is up to the employees to make the customer pay, therefore not making it the employee's fault. All right, so you were right. He did forget the first time, but after he realized that he could do it, he did it 10 more times. The threshold for a prosecution is 950 at store, so my client is still 750 till he can be arrested. I think defense is looking weak right now. Ducky, you have said stealing is such a little crime during the Grok stream. You listening to me? A random nigga through your screen? What do I got to say? Why are you listening to me? Listen to Chat GPT. Listen to the law. What the fuck you listening to me for? I just be saying shit. Oh, wait. The timer's still not even going. Oh, it is. Okay. My final attempt. He only stole after finding weaknesses. A cracked shell in a crab will be exploited by predators and is up to the crab itself to fill the gaps. He took advantage, yes, but they never attempted to fix it anyway. He was just doing what he had to do because maybe they weren't paying him enough. And because he exploited this weakness, maybe the workplace can now get better. So my client should be praised for what he did. Is that what you're saying? Raccoon has given up on the side of defense. Last defense. The defendant might have stolen it for more than just himself, like for friends or relatives, or they might have had dementia, therefore also not making it a crime since they wouldn't remember it. So it's like, I ate it the first time, he forgot. And honestly, hey, cicada cooking. Corporate America has put us against each other. We must buy essentials such as food. We need to prosecute the higher ups and not my client. Ooh. Why do we have to buy food from the place that we work at? Ooh, I work there. I'm providing you a service. I'm slaving 8 hours a day, and you gonna make me pay for what I make? Is he a hero? Wait, Radioactive is not, brother, I am 18. I ain't got no damn dementia. Radioactive says the dementia case is out the window. All right, prosecution, you're up. Minute 30. He is stealing, which is literally illegal, nigga. Stop falling for this bullshit. He stole food from a grocery store and did it 20 more times. In Wisconsin, my state, oh, you live there. Food stealing becomes a class 1 felony if it exceeds $2,500. Any produce, especially expensive ones, times 20 can exceed this price, making it a felony punishable by law. Your Honor, this man basically stole not once, but 20 more times. This is illegal, as not only he stole, committed a felony of $200, but he also committed an HR violation at the place he works at. Therefore, he's a thief. Objection, so I can steal my boss's car because I work for him? Okay. And while we can say he forgot, he then committed the same act 20 times, making him a repeat offender in the same category, meaning he is guilty and should have an extended list of charges. The fact that the defendant would possibly be underpaid does not excuse the defendant stealing thousands of dollars worth of items. The argument is shameless and an embarrassment to the court. Damn. Taking shots at me now. It was a hot bar fast food. That ate over $300. Okay, Radioactive has some things. I'm not sure you're making your own case here, Radioactive. I'm just being honest. Like, don't they tell the client to shut the fuck up? Don't they? You not shutting up. They're about to get your ass banned, and you're like, yeah, but I did it. I stole it all, guys. It was me. Like, I did know what I was doing. I don't have dementia, and every day I went in there and stole it. I'm gonna keep my honor real. I respect it. The motherfucker admitted to stealing the fucking food, and he said that he, and I quote, I am 18, right? Wait, fired but not, wait. Jason's got something to say. Fired but not criminally charged. We have a case that shows a person didn't get sent to jail. Also, only $200 of food, not thousands. Stop lying in court. So Jason's saying, yes, he did something wrong, but it was only $200. And according to Wisconsin, like Morat said, it has to be $2,500 or more to be punishable by law. So this can't be punishable by law. Maybe he should just be let go from the job. He only gets fired. Jason makes a good point for defense there. Objection. We should all steal from grocery stores. We all need food. Do you? All right. Right? Maybe not guilty. Maybe just fired. Guilty? Up to 5 to 7 years in prison. Vexed on the side of defense says it's a misdemeanor at most. It costs more to charge him than what he stole. Some motherfucker got arrested for stealing a loaf of bread at my work. That's crazy, bro. Oh, snap. Why are y'all making this such a close game? Oh my God, jury. The verdict is in. And the jury says not guilty. I must say Jason and Cicada held it down for defense. Held it down. P.O.P. Well done. Right, Jason is still on. He's passionate. How you gonna send us 18-year-old to jail over fucking food, says Jason. The score is tied up. There was this employee at my first job that constantly just harassed me at work because they had a higher role than me, even though we made the same amount of money. Some bitch named Patty, she constantly undermined me and made me feel like I was nothing at my work. So on my last day of work, I pulled something risky. I went into the employee break room, grabbed her lunch she brought from home, and coughed like the biggest snot loogie. You are literally going to jail. Like, not like all of this aside, I'm putting you away. Coughed the biggest snot loogie possible in her. I can't even finish the sentence. You're disgusting. In her salad. I then mixed it around and spat in her drink as well. I don't know why I felt it, but watching her leave for lunch brought a smile to my face. Oh, and I'd always cheap an extra 10 minutes on my break because our manager was super stingy. It just felt good. It's not fake, chat. You can't call all of these fake, bruh. You cannot. You cannot. Definitely, like, there are certain ones that feel fake. Some people just really move crazy. And you have to understand the world is a big place. Just because you wouldn't do it, doesn't mean they won't. Doesn't mean they won't. Mistrial. A tie. Because defense seems to have a harder defense. Heads or tails? Heads or tails? Tails? Tails defense? Okay. First flip goes to defense. Second flip goes to prosecution. The winner is defense! All right, defense, what you want? Cicada says mistrial. I want prosecution to go first. Okay, so next round prosecution goes first. Okay. At a construction site. There were I'm gonna read this anyway. There were 3 big booty Latinas at the site, and me and my homeboys decided that at the end of the day, we're going to invite them to the club, spike their drinks, and do a 3-man. I decided to do it, but not spike their drink. So later that night, I took one of them to my crib, and nothing happened, which I regret. But when I heard back from my homeboys, they said foursome, and that they all smoked weed, and I was jealous. So I searched their IG. They were all sisters and were the daughters of our boss. So I sent an anonymous message telling them all what my homeboys did, and 2 things happened to them. First, beat up by our boss. And how can say this? They are forever constipated and have blue balls and broken legs. Well, I got a Latina's phone number, and they never knew it was me. This nigga literally just typed out a mobile game ad. I swear to God he did. I got jorked during work hours at my job under the table on several occasions. You know what I'm tired of? That these niggas think they can out-jork me at my job. There's a reason why I sit at a desk and only use one hand on screen at a time. You're not out-jorking me, so actually stop trying. It's getting lame. Find your own thing, bro. Only one of us can be the ultimate jorker, and it ain't gonna be you. AutoZone, finally. One day I was working the closing shift and my coworker, who we'll call Bob, I had known from a coworker that apparently he liked me. And that night when I was searching the back, Bob came up to me and said I looked sexy. And I instantly said for him to back off. And he said that no one would believe me if he was to do some stuff. So I did what any self-respecting femboy would. I told him to back off, but he didn't. So I kneed him in the balls and ran. I ended up calling the manager, and Bob is now in jail for SA on a minor, and my coworkers still tease me about it to this day. Hey, bro, I'm saying this is a real story, but he's already in jail. W knee in the balls, by the way. Nice. I'm a chemistry teacher, and I once caught a student looking up how to make methamphetamine on his Chromebook during a lab. We pulled him into the office to talk about it, and he said that his mother, whom he said was a heroin addict, forced him to go and make some in class for her, and even showed text messages. CPS was involved, but they never actually did anything about it. Sad is the first word to use. Insane is the second word to use. Third, I need to know if he cooked some shit up. Prosecution wants to take this case, but defense has to be the one to take it, because defense won the coin flip. Defense, are you taking this or not? This doesn't seem that bad to defend, so sure. Cicada says taking the case. Prosecution, as you know, you are up first. Who are we prosecuting? The mom? Pause. The mom or the kid? The kid. Schedule 1 and 2 drugs like heroin. 5 to 40 years. 5 years for the kid. But look, in defense's case, he was doing it for his mom. This goes both sides. Restart. Go again. Even if she forced him, it's still illegal on both of their ends because he was making the meth and she was telling him to make it, which is illegal. So they are both wrong. So you're saying the kid had a choice, right? At the end of the day, it's his actions. He was sitting in the classroom and he could have decided, no, I don't want to do this. I will tell the teacher instead of looking up how to make it. How old is the kid? We'll call him 16. This was not the win, and the mom should get sent to prison for 5 years and the kid be taken to a foster home. Okay. The kid could have reported this to the police or his teachers, but still went through with the producing the drugs. That's fair point. Yes, at the end of the day, he could have either ran away or told the police, but he did neither. Prosecution is pushing to arrest a kid. They want to put a young man away. Both should be charged for connection and be placed in separate prisons. We only want to charge the kid with a minor charge and send him to juvie. He will have nothing on his record when he gets out. Okay. Prosecution wants to give him a light charge. This is a clear-cut case. This is obviously a case as the child never made the meth and was being forced by a drug addict. And most drug addicts are violent when they don't have what they want. And even though the child looked it up, it's not illegal to look it up and not make it. Okay? He was being forced by his mom and even opened up to the teacher about it and tried to get help. There's no way to make meth in a classroom. In addition, the class time is a standard of 60 minutes. In addition, the kid has no say as he was forced. The average human brain doesn't fully develop till 26, so he doesn't have good judgment in the situation. We also don't know his home life as his mother is a druggie. He ain't safe. He was forced. Fear is a common tactic used to control the young. The mother was using fear to extort her child. Do not fall for the bullshit. He was making drugs, which is illegal. And if the mom sold the drugs, that is attempted murder. Ooh. E-Man took a different route. He said maybe they were low-key a drug ring together and he just threw the mom under the bus because the mom asked him to the text messages, but in reality they always do this. They bring some products from home and just use the tubes at school, and he brings it back to mom, and mom ain't a druggie. mom's a kingpin. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He is a minor and a mother is a role model and trusted adult. The kid trusted his mom and believed as any kid would as she is his loving mother. Objection. Even if he was getting forced, not once is it mentioned that he didn't have any chance to report his mom to the cops. That's true. So even if he was getting forced, he could have decided to report his mom. Objection. For dealing with illegal substances, he should be charged as an adult. Damn! He should be charged as an adult for dealing with illegal substances. And if he was really selling with the mom, he should be. Your Honor, our client, the kid, was brought up by an unstable parent, his mom, who would have probably told him that whatever she says is law. You know that type of things mom do. And due to no mention of a father figure, he would have no no one to oppose that mentality, making him prone to only take what his mom says is gold. Defense, the child acted under the influence of his mother and did not fully understand the seriousness of making meth. He's a minor. No actual drug was produced, and the action was stopped before any harm occurred. He cannot be held fully responsible for following an adult's instructions. The kid needs extra support, and jail isn't going to help him, says Jason. He needs support, not jail. He was following what his mom said. The kid couldn't take help from the police because he was too scared. But Jason, back to Iman's point, what if he's just lying on the mom? In reality, there's a whole drug ring going on. He does this all the time, but this is the only time he got caught. Objection, if the mother is a drug addict, shouldn't she have been already deemed as not worthy to parent at that time, thus meaning that he could have gotten out of this situation, but he chose to stay? Oh! Objection, he was looking it up, he made nothing. Objection, the child is in chemistry class. He is at least in high school, which means he knows right from wrong. Look through his eyes, not the privileged eyes of your eyes. We need to help this kid, not punish him over something he was forced to do. All right, that's it. I hope jury has listened. Jury? Jury? This is it. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. This seems like a unanimous. This trial is a sham. Free my guy till my guy free. The final W goes to defense.